Laura Loomer has gotten some attention. She lost a congressional primary race against another GOP candidate. And she had this moment where she was crying on stage, saying she didn't really lose because she's actually a winner and boo-hoo-hoo. And crying is great. Get your emotions out. Like, I actually think crying should be done more. It feels really good when you can do it. But the false claims she was making were horrible, right? The spreading of the lie that it was stolen from her, or that she is not going to concede. That's not a lie, but the action of not conceding and being loud and proud about that is very dangerous. But she also said that her followers shouldn't support the GOP candidate who did win that primary, which is good news for the Democrats. Because what I hope when I see the more radical MAGA people going against the more establishment, somewhat more moderate Republicans, is that will cause a situation that splits the Republican Party and weakens them where they can't defeat Democrats. Especially in this moment where, even though the Democratic Party has tons of problems, is not at all what it should be, is clearly better than the Republican Party. Okay. In a not even remotely shocking turn of events, defeated extremist Republican House candidate Laura Loomer is directing her followers to not vote for the candidate who beat her in Tuesday's primary. Following a wild speech Tuesday night in which she said, "I'm not conceding because I'm a winner," the conspiracy theorist, who lost by roughly 7 points to Representative Daniel Webster in the Republican Party in Florida's 11th congressional district, is doubling down on her refusal to concede and calling for her fans not to support Webster in November. In all caps, she wrote, "I do not concede," Loomer wrote in a Getter social media post, "and I encourage all of my supporters and all of my voters to not support Daniel Webster and the establishment RNC and big tech voter fraud machine that is propping his feeble body up and depriving my constituents of the representation they deserve and need. I am calling for Daniel Webster to resign because everyone knows he is beyond unfit to serve." That's incredible. So again, what that does for the Democratic Party is weaken the Republican Party in the race with them. So if you have a situation where even 50% of her voters, so let's say around 40-ish% of Republican voters, split that in half, 20%, don't vote for the Republican candidate, they're sunk. They're sunk. The Democrat is going to win easily. And that's what I hope every time I see a Trump-like figure or a MAGA figure feud with someone who's more establishment, is that not only will they try to beat each other in primaries, but once one of them loses, they'll call their followers not to support the Republican in the general election, which is just asking your followers to make it more easily for the Democrat to win. So Laura Loomer is actively helping the Democrat in that congressional race in Florida's 11th district. And I love it. And I hope more MAGA candidates will do that if they lose their primaries.